Hello, welcome to the Game Lounge. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Edward Henderson, joined once again by
Rodney.
This is one of 6 videos in a short series we're going to be releasing up until the start of episode 1, where I'll be asking the players interview questions and you can get to know them, both in and out of character. That said, let's get right to it. Rodney, you play a character named Jade Lynx, a Tabaxi Hexblade?
Yeah.
Oh, can you give us a brief summary on that character's backstory?
So my character's backstory is his father left him a letter that contained a map. And he followed his map, and what the map led him to was this rusty old hilt. And upon touching it and inspecting it, he was shocked with a vision of his ancestors being trapped in this zone of darkness and just like eternal torment. And a voice came to him, like not in his ear, but like in his inner mind, saying, exterminate, extinguish from the face of the earth the leader of the chain rose knight, for your soul is destined to be trapped here in this hilt. And he was like, oh, well, I'm not a fighter, I don't have any fighting skills. The beam, I guess, that came from the weapon offered him power, like offered to share his power with him to help him resolve his goal. Doesn't know why he has been set on this path, but he knows he wants to save his father's soul and his ancestor's soul to get this done.
Well, that definitely sounds like a fun character arc to tune in for. For this next question, I'd like to answer in character as Jade. And while we get that going, can we get the... Yeah, that's that awesome artwork. Alright, Jade, what are your goals right now, and how do you currently plan to achieve them?
Goals? Yes, goals. My goals. To get the Chain Rose Knight and exterminate him and free myself of this curse. How do I plan on getting it? How, you ask? I'll use the dwarf. He has the ear of the party. He can convince them. If not, I'll use the elf. He loves the coin, and I'll pay him, and he'll help. Yes, he'll help.
Now, I feel like I'm trapped in an eternal pit of torment and darkness. Rodney!
Yes.
Hopefully it's yourself for a minute. When I allowed players to retcon their characters so they would better fit what they'd want to play on a stream, you kept your Tabaxi Warlock more or less the same. Your only real change was that you swapped your otherworldly patron from the Archfey Titania to the dark powers of the Shadowfell in order to use the new Hexblade Warlock subclass. What led you to make this small change to your character of Jade Lynx?
Well, what I was thinking is, I like the Warlock as a class, and I felt like with the minimum amount of spell slots I had to figure out another way to be effective in the party as far as helping with the damage, and I felt like being able to use a sword or a martial weapon would help me interact and do damage while I could still use the magical spells I already had. So it was just a plus, and it just gave me just more options, I felt.
That and, the fact that you told me that the Hexblade Warlock allows you to use medium armor, or
yes.
if you're proficient in it. That'll also give you more options simply because that's that many more situations you can be in.
Yeah.
And not have to worry about being one-shot.
Which almost happened Thursday.
You walked out of that better than the tank. Jade, as a Hexblade Warlock, you have a pact you've struck with the dark powers of the Shadowfell. What exactly are the terms of that pact?
Oh, they will share their dark powers with me. Oh, yes, so I can help them. Extinguish the Chain Rose Knight. And if I don't, my soul will be trapped in this hilt. Forever. Forever.
Hopefully I'm not trapped in this video forever. Rodney,
Yeah.
you had just missed a man that the party had believed was possibly the leader of the Chain Rose Knights when your character joined them. What do you plan to have Jade do should another chance to cross paths with a member of that organization arise? And what if seizing such a chance comes at the cost of having to separate from the group and go it alone?
So I feel the desperation that because it feels like he's slowly losing his mind to the darkness. So
That's an understatement.
So I think the sheer desperation, he would, lash out at any opportunity to get any more information in regards to fulfilling his goal. And, he's been going at it alone before he met the party. So I feel like if necessary, he would go at it alone again. But I feel like the chemistry, that he's building with them, somehow it'll work out.
True enough, that chemistry was responsible for easily the best kill the party has ever had. Jade, your companions have more than a few things on their to-do list, and there's currently no guarantee that the Chain Rose Knights have anything to do with the top of that list. What are your thoughts or feelings about the possibility that your friends' personal priorities might not only overshadow your own in their eyes, but stand the possibility of getting you killed without any next of kin, which would mean that your soul would be trapped in that hell along with your ancestors for eternity?
That is a very bad situation. But I am fast, I am stealthy, and I think I will run. But there is a possibility, if I can't get my goals, money always helps. And there's a target in the group that's worth a lot. I think I might just have to collect somehow so I can further my goals. I need to.
Oh, that sounds like the makings for an interesting dynamic that I'm sure you all might look forward to as we progress our story. Rodney.
Yeah.
You more or less answered a similar question to this when we did our initial video announcing that the Game Lounge would be hosting our show of Roll Initiative. But since then, have you been able to think of anything else that you could answer in your own words that the viewers can expect as they watch you and the rest of the group in our campaigns on Roll Initiative?
Well, I already said it was going to be great storytelling. I feel like the character development will be outstanding because each person has their own goals that they need to achieve, and how we intertwine and get each set goal together is going to be an interesting dynamic.
Definitely one I'm looking forward to seeing and working with as the Dungeon Master. Mr. Lynx, last question before we leave. What else would you like the viewers at home to know about yourself?
I have a magical shamrock chick that I was blessed by with my deity. And the day that I destroy this Chain Rose Knight, I will partake in this delicious beverage. Yes. Yes.
Well, that has been a brief interview with my friend Rodney and his incredibly creepy character of Jade. Seriously, get me out of here. I hope you all look forward to seeing him and the rest of our players and their characters when we start on Roll Initiative. Again, our first episode will be on January 14th, 2018 at 1 p.m. Eastern. See you all then. Jade.
Yeah.
It's funny you should mention that shamrock shake. You actually seem a little hungry. Can I interest you in the snack that smiles back?
What snack is that?
Goldfish.
Goldfish? What are these magical creatures?